See it in a second.
Oh, I see it.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, what's up, Rob?
Hey, so we're going to be talking Warhammer 40K 4th edition today. Specifically, we're going to be building lists for both my army and your army. You're going to be playing Eldar, and I am going to be playing something, which I will figure out from the second there while you build your list.
All right.
We are recently picking up 4th edition 40K, and I don't know about you, but we've already played our first game, and I had a lot of fun.
Real easy. I think
really
we played that 500-point game in what, 25, 30 minutes?
Yeah, we didn't really know the rules yet. Things are very
Moved around.
simple. Not a lot of re-rolls. Units have uncomplicated rules. There's no reactions. There's no progressive scorekeeping. It's just a very tight, quick game. The units feel very interesting. I've got a codex right here.
Look at that.
With Edition Eldar Codex. Without further ado, why don't we get kind of into a loose review, and then you'll build a list, and then I'll build a list. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan, my man.
All right. We're going to go to the other channel. Ba-boom. We're going to flip them. There we go. Okay. So this is the Eldar Codex for 4th edition. There was an Eldar Codex legal prior to this, but I believe this is the first codex you ever played, Zach, 20 years ago. Is that correct? Oh, Zach disappeared. His whole device disconnected. He is gone. This part will be edited out of the full video, but we'll wait for him to rejoin. I know for a fact that this is actually his starting Eldar Codex. I remember he got started with this. I got started with Space Marines, so of course that could be cool. But I also have like Grey Knights now. Knights really meet this edition. They like all have force weapons, so they can all insta-kill anyone without Eternal Warrior. And since it's 4th edition, they aren't giving Eternal Warrior out to just any old folks. You know what I mean? So in that edition, if you were spamming, say, oh, here's Zach. Look at him.
Oh,
and he's back.
Happened there.
Anyway, that part will be cut out of the YouTube version upload of the video.
That's right.
Time back in. Zach, now, is this your first Eldar Codex?
Robbie, that just happens to be. I remember seeing that on the shelves at Jester's Playhouse in Northfield, New Jersey, when we were 15, 16 years old, and saying, whoa, these elves got me feeling some type of way.
Yeah, I picked up the Space Marines and went Ultramarines. I got a box of Scouts. They didn't have any Tactical Marines on the shelf. And if I recall, you got a box of Rangers, right?
I think it was it Rangers? I think it was Guardians at the time, because I remember painting those. Remember we stayed up the night after, and what was it, till like 3? No, until the sun came up, if I remember correctly. Just painting models, building and painting models.
We watched Planet Terror, that Quentin Tarantino movie. And if I recall, we didn't particularly like it.
I haven't seen it since. Can't say if it holds up or not.
I have no idea either. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're
right
here to build a list in 4th edition. But first, let's kind of look at what a codex looked like back and forth, okay?
First off, beautiful cover. Look at that sick cover. All of them at it.
The art.
You know what really catches my eye on that cover, Robbie? Can you guess? The back left, that big old boy. Yeah.
I really want to do a Wraithlord where I make his arms just
right lances.
I think it would actually look really, really cool. Okay. This is written by Phil Kelly. Phil Kelly is great. This is back when they used to credit folks. Why collect an Eldar army? Here, I'll show this off for you.
Yeah, what's the sell here?
A typical Eldar force consists of specialist units that excel at one of the arts of war. They are supported by extremely powerful psychers and sleek Eldar skimmers, bristling with a daunting array of heavy weapons. All this excellence is balanced out by having comparatively few troops, which is why the Eldar commanders must ensure they get the most out of each unit. all the elements of an Eldar army work in concert, you will find they are practically unstoppable. And I'll tell you what, Phil Kelly kind of made sure that was true. This codex is vicious. If I remember,
rough.
It's a good codex. It's a strong codex. So we got some fluff. We got some background.
Talked about the aspects. It's all that specialization.
Yeah, if y'all are unfamiliar with the Eldar backstory, they are a weapon, a psychic weapon that was created by the Old Ones, ancient forerunner progenitor races that built the universe.
They were lizards.
That were probably lizards. And the Eldar are they partied so hardy that they wish they hadn't partied so hardy, is pretty much what their backstory is. They are essentially they birthed Slanesh. It didn't go well. We've got all kinds of lore. Look at this great art. Look at this.
Look at that Dire Avenger.
He's great. Cut from stone.
Cool helmets. Look at that cool architecture.
Neat Eldar world.
We got like sail ship they had as well.
Mm-hmm. These are the different hosts that you can switch between. Here are like kind of cutesy little diagrams done in that like 90s paper doll style that I love.
This is the stuff I live for. I hope for more of this from Warhammer.
Yes.
Ooh, little aviator.
Yeah, the aviator.
Rad.
Yeah. He now has a cool plastic model. This was metal. Dang.
Little guy.
Do a little metal thing noise. Farseers. These were metal. Warlocks. These were metal. Metal. Plastic.
I got some Banshees waiting to get built right now.
Metal. Everything but what the things I said are plastic. These are all metal. Plastic. Metal. Plastic. Metal. Actually, this wasn't plastic, but it was like such an ugly kit. It was terrible.
I think, is it the same set?
At the store, when we went the first day, there was one of these, the old one kits.
Oh.
Shelf. And we still had that product when we closed Jester's like 10 years later.
No way. Even after the location change?
Yeah, we brought it with us.
Wow. Out there still?
Plastic. Metal. Plastic, metal, metal. Anyway, a lot of it was metal. We're going to build a list, and here's the neat little part about 4th edition. 4th edition has a force organization chart. If y'all want to take a look right here, you can see
force
organization chart. This what's her name? Painting. Who's that? Yannick painter. Georgia O'Keeffe. This Georgia O'Keeffe painting we have on the left-hand side over here of an Eldar piece. And in a standard mission, Zach, you're allowed. You have to take 1 compulsory HQ. So you must be an HQ. You must take 2 troops. You're allowed 4 additional troops, 3 additional elites, 1 additional HQ, 3 fast, 3 heavy support. Very different from what you might be used to if you're coming from like.
Very true.
Right?
We don't get that segmentation, I feel like, in the same way where it's like heavy support and such. It's either
you kind of just build a list that's all heavy support.
Yeah.
And that used to be more the purview of, say, Apocalypse. I think this led to more balanced feeling games.
Right.
We'll see that. People can decide for themselves when they want their battle report.
Battle testing it 20-something years later.
We are. And we're going to go through the list. And essentially the way that it works is stuff costs war gear points in this edition. Meaning you take a Farseer for relatively cheap, 55 points.
That's a steal.
But if you want them to have Spirit Stones, that's 20 points. If you want to have Doom and Eldritch Storm, they each have different points associated with them. So we can get pretty granular here. So we're going to go through kind of, Zach's going to build a 4th edition list. Then I'm going to build a 4th edition list. And we're going to kind of see what it looks like. Zach, I'm going to switch your camera.
Sounds good. And then most importantly, we're going to battle them. We're going to battle those.
We're going to battle them. That's right. All right, so what are we using here to build this list so that people at home can do it? Because it's completely free and you can do it with us. This
Robbie,
is
I'm so glad you asked.
Yeah,
This is New Recruit. New Recruit.
I subscribe to New Recruit. I give them money because not only do they have lists for old 40K, they also have lists for new 40K.
Blood Bowl.
Blood
Yeah.
Bowl.
First
All-
Accuracy, all the things.
And you can like keep track of stats in the app. So like if you're doing like anything where characters grow or get abilities like Necromunda and stuff, you can just keep track of them in the app. It's a lot better. New Recruit, this is the web-based version. Zach is going to build a 4th edition Eldar Codex.
Let's do it. So we're going to start with 500.
Yeah, let's start with 500 because we're going to do a 500-point game so we can get a handle on recording, guys. It's just for our sake so that we can do a better job of recording.
I'm just going to name this Eldar 4E20 so we can tell these apart. All right. So here we have our basic breakdown. As Rob was kind enough to break down for us, we have our separate selections here.
Yep. So
See
you
if
got to
I-
have an HQ. So what are we starting with HQ-wise? What do you
Uh,
think? By the way, in 4th edition, even in competitive environments, running special characters was highly discouraged. Special characters were purely for specific narrative games in their mind. They didn't
Super.
want a sandbox where just their characters showed up because what was important to them was that your character showed up.
Right.
So you're starting with a farce here. Tell me why you're going farce.
Jumping into the farce here, I think it's your go-to kind of leader when it comes to an Eldar force, especially for what I have in mind, since I have a love of anything Wraith related. So gotta have a nice brick of Wraith guards going through on this 500-point army, most likely.
Well, and just for the modern audience's sake, because Zach's going to be building out the war gear on his Farseer right now. But let me just read kind of what the Farseer can do.
Let's keep those menu options open here so we can show the gang.
I'm looking in the book. So
Yeah, you read your book, nerd.
Farseer psychic powers. Doom. Farseer searches the threads of destiny that spell the destruction of an enemy and draws it into being. Farseer can target any non-vehicle within 24 inches. All hits caused by that unit gain reroll wounds.
And if you're familiar with modern 40K, that is very different from what Doom does.
Yeah, modern. What does it do? Nothing.
If I remember correctly, it's like you have to be within 18 inches. You have to be able to see the unit. And I think it gives you +1 to hit or something along those lines. Some kind of reroll, I imagine.
Lame.
Yeah.
Guide. Farseer's prophetic powers warn him of the enemy's foul intent, allowing him to direct the fire of his warriors. One Eldar unit within 6, other than guess range weapons, rerolls hits. Although if you use guess range, you reroll the scatter dice instead. That's pretty cool.
Random.
Which is the funky little dice that has an arrow on it that causes things to fly out of the way. You get 2 psychic powers, Zach. You could take up to 4, but you can only cast 2 a turn if you take. I would recommend.
Guide and Doom are kind of the go-to in most cases.
I think Guide and Doom is so
Your
good.
bread
I think
butter.
if you take a second Farseer because you cannot cast the same psychic power multiple times. I think that's where you dip into like Mind War is like such a gimmick. Let me read you what Mind War does.
Mind War.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So when I say gimmick, that's a compliment. When I say gimmick,
Like-
I'm
Yeah, I
compliment.
feel like there's more like lore, fun things going on in some of these rules.
The Farseer reaches out to destroy the mind of an enemy. In the shooting phase, select one model, unengaged, that's within line of sight. So model, not units. You can select an independent character, a sergeant, a guy holding a melt-a-gun. Model.
Jeez.
It's a snipe attack.
It's like precision, but not
Both
just
players roll a d6 and add their leadership. For each point the Farseer wins by, the target loses a wound with no armor save.
Whoa! So just mortal wounds, essentially.
Yeah, essentially. You get invulns. So
Wow.
you can just melt people's mind.
That's
Now, I
pretty
think Doom and Guide are better for the first Farseer, but if you do end up taking a second, then you can go to Mind War or listen to this one. At first, you're going to be like, lame, Rob. Then I'm going to explain to you how 4th edition works. You're going to go, oh, that's incredible. Farseer summons a corona of crackling energy that strikes out with arcs of lightning, hurls enemies in all directions. Psychic power is used in the shooting phase, and instead of firing a weapon, the Eldar player places the large blast marker centered on an enemy model within 18 inches. Vehicles touched by the template suffer a hit with 2d6 plus 3 armor penetration.
Wow.
And are spun around to face determined by the scatter dice. If a hit is rolled, you choose the facing. And in this game, a Vindicator has a 14 front armor. I think it's actually 13, but a 10 rear armor. So if you spin it around, bolt guns can kill it now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so changing the direction of the vehicle, pretty freaking cool.
And pinning is nice as well.
And Eldritch Blast in the same turn. If you take the right one. But I still think Guide and Doom is better for the first one. Anyway, Farseer. You probably want to take Spirit Stones. You probably want to take Runes of Warding and Runes of Witnessing. Runes of Warding mess with enemy psychers. Runes of Witnessing let you roll 3 dice and pick the 2 highest for your psychics. And Spirit Stones let you cast 2 powers a turn.
Done.
Now you need 2 troops. What are we picking here?
Troops, I think we tried to. Well, Wraithguard is essentially my whole point.
I think you have to do it.
Yeah.
Guard.
Do I have enough? 26 over.
No. All right, you can't do it. Never mind.
Can't do it.
And you need 2 troops anyway. See how the game just restricted you from doing a super skewy thing?
Yeah. That would have been that. That probably would have been too cheese anyhow. Yep. I could always run the Wraithguard as the elite,
as a smaller detachment, and you might want to consider that.
I can get 3 of them. I guess that's okay.
Well, you could take 4. Remember, in this edition,
you
can pay as many points as you want. Just take as many as you want.
Whoa. And then we were talking about jet bikes. I do have Rangers as well.
Rangers have Infiltrate, which is like old Infiltrate. You can set up 9 inches away from an enemy deployment zone. That is always valuable. It was valuable back then. It's valuable now. They have sniper rifles, which their special rule is they hit on 2s, and their strength is equal to the toughness of their enemy. So that means they always wound on 4s.
Oh, cool.
They're mildly useless against tanks. They can hurt like armor 10 tanks if you roll a 6.
Yeah, it says like successfully doing is like vision.
So they cannot target characters out of squads or anything like that. But they've moved through cover, though, so they're also really quick. The main negative against them, though, is they're a lot of points. 5 guys, 95 points.
Or 95.
They're survivable because they increase cover save by 1. So that means if they're sitting in a ruin, they have a 2-up save.
That's cool. I love how much each of the like independent rules are so rooted in like the lore in such a way where like it would make sense. Where I feel like now it's kind of been lacquered over.
Everything's been smoothed over to become a Magic the Gathering game that uses Warhammer tokens to represent minis.
All right. So what you're saying is we're doing 2 Guardian bikes.
Do you want to put a Shuriken cannon or anything in them? Might even be able to put multiple.
Look. All right. Shuriken cannon. Is it going to really be a big difference for us? Assault 3, 24, 6 strength, 5 AP. Twin linked assault 2. All right, the range is way better. That might be worth. Although we'll be zipping around. I can attach a
one Shuriken cannon for every 3 guys. I don't know if that's worth it. I think I'd keep them bare bones.
I can attach a warlock on these on a bike. That's pretty crazy.
Well, and a warlock can take something like Destructor. Let's take a look.
Warlock focuses. Oh, his anger and hatred.
So essentially, warlocks in this edition, the way that their speciality worked is they would attach the squads and augment them. That was the idea behind it. You would attach the warlock and it would change the squad in some profound way. 1, you could give them cover saves at all times. That's concealed. 2, give them a strength 5, AP 4, Flamer template.
Which strong. Yeah, let's see that template. Let's see that template, Robbie. Whoa, it's green.
So it gets turned into
Space.
But you get the idea.
It's the void, or it's a
big template.
Big template.
And it's strength 5, AP 4, which in this edition means it ignores 4-up saves and better. Or 4-ups, 5-ups, and 6-ups. So if you put that and just get 20 orc boys on it, you'll roll 20 dice, wounded on 3s, and every single one hit dies, even if they're in cover. So putting a warlock with destructor on there changes that squad to a certifiable problem.
Banger.
Otherwise, they're kind of mediocre. You're going to get 2 attacks on the charge. So 1 attack base. You do not have a second close combat weapon. Well, maybe you do. They have a Witchblade. Do they get a...
Nah, just Witchblade or Singing Spear, it looks like.
Well,
I would say probably not worthwhile for this.
3 attacks on the charge that are WS4. So that's a mediocre. That's a good weapon skill. Good weapon skill. So are you going to add 2 warlocks?
I don't think so. It's another 90 points. I'm already kind of...
100 points of 500.
And that's without Destructor. So
what are we at? 277. So you've got 223 points left.
I got, I have Striking Scorpions. I have Fire Dragons. Let's go Fire Dragons.
Really good.
Yeah, might as well, right? I know we were talking about this earlier, Robbie, off the stream, but do we got to go Exarch?
Yeah.
Pretty solid. Crack Shot, Tank Hunter. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fire Pike. What's that?
Let me explain to the folks at home what that does.
Yeah.
So Exarchs have powers that you can buy, and those powers augment themselves or often augment the squad that they're in. If I go with, say, the Fire Dragons, Tank Hunters, they have the Tank Hunter ability, which gives them +1 to pen, which is significant on a D6 system. You could think of it almost like +1 to wound.
Right.
40K. +1 to pen. You'll learn about penetration stuff. Are we doing phrasing anymore when we play 4th edition? It's a lot of fun because the tanks only have 1 wound, but like your penetration hit might blow off a turret or a side swanson or immobilize it or kill it outright, and it flips over and you put a smoke plume on top of it. Very cool. And it becomes dangerous terrain. The Fire Pike costs a few points, but it gives you a range 18 melting, which is very good. Do you have enough points to give them Wave Serpent, or is that a far off dream?
That might be a far off dream. I think I'd rather spend it on another unit.
Just how much is it? I'm just curious.
It's another 90. Puts it at 487. We have 13 points to spare.
What's the other unit you wanted? Oh, you wouldn't be able to afford the gun anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking might be worthwhile. Is a Wraith Lord a silly thing to grab with this setup? Or
a Wraith Lord can really bully models around at 500 points because it's such a high toughness. So if you like charge it into 4 Space Marines, only the Power Fist, if it even has one, will be able to hurt you. So it's an interesting.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon about some Striking Squirps?
Gotta take the Exarch if you're gonna take them, though.
Oh, of course.
You gotta take the Scorpion's Claw.
Let's see what the Striking Scorpions all kitted up. How hard are we feeling here?
So check out the Scorpion's Claw here. I'm gonna pull it up. I got it. The Striking Scorpion. Look, I have it pulled up right here.
Yeah.
Mabui. All right, the Scorpion's Claw. Scorpion's Claw takes the form of a powered claw-shaped gauntlet incorporated with a shuriken catapult. Claw may be used as a power fist and the catapult at the same time.
Wow.
So the Exarch is strength 3. He'll go to strength 6. He has a Mantle Blaster, so he'll go to 3 attacks. He gets +1 attack when he charges. He'll go to 4 attacks. I would give them Stalker, which gives them move through cover. They roll an additional dice when they move through terrain. And I would give them Infiltrate with Shadow Strike. It means that they can just bully deploy somewhere and get a early turn charge.
Now, I have some horrible news for you, Robbie.
Is it too many points?
It's too many points.
Well, that's the great part about this edition, though. We can now start peeling back. How many points are you at?
This is with, if I put Scorpion's Claw, 504. So we're pretty close.
Well, you could probably get rid of the Runes of Warding. The odds that someone else has a Psyker at this point level, pretty low, in which case Runes of Warding will do literal nothing.
Okay. So that gives us 11. We need 20 for Shadow Strike.
I would then probably get rid of Guide and Spirit Stones. The important thing is Doom.
Okay.
Guide is a luxury, but it's a very expensive luxury. It's almost the cost of an entire unit.
It is. Yeah, that's true. So we have 30 points. We could spend it on some other fun stuff, most likely. You said Stalker is also probably a good grab.
Cover's great.
5 points.
3d6 rather than 2d6 moving through cover.
Is this a silly list? This feels silly.
Why?
I don't know. Seems like, I guess it's a good all-arounder.
Wrong with it?
Nothing in particular, I don't think. 20 points.
So we've got, why don't we, I guess you could add 2 Shuriken Cannons with your points to the objective.
Oh, true. Good point.
Yeah, just switch.
We're going to have one with Shuriken.
Yep. And you can do it again. You have enough points to do it. No, you don't. You can only do it once. So one of the squads will have a Shuriken Cannon.
Cool. Done deal. See anything with 10 points?
Do you have 10 points? Or remove the Shuriken Cannon.
Okay.
Okay, I know you own more Fire Dragons.
I do.
Why don't you just add a few more Fire Dragons?
Okay. Do we have enough? Oh, we do. Okay. We can add 1. 6 points. You're kidding. Can we, let's see. Tank Hunter going to be that useful to us at 500 points?
You could probably drop it.
Because that could give us
useful against Armor 14, and you're just not going to face Armor 14.
Yeah, here we go. Look. Boom. We got 7 guys. 7 dudes.
I'm just logging into my new recruit because I'm going to build my 4th edition.
Or here we go. I'll do 6 and 6. Feels nicer in my brain.
All right, let me see it. 6 and 6. I love it.
We got so just to break it down for y'all.
Yep.
Farseer.
Roll one more time.
Rune of Witnessing with Doom. We got 6 Fire Dragons, including 1 Exarch, who's got a Crack Shot and a Fire Pike. We got 6 Striking Scorpions with Shadow Strike, Stalker, Scorpion's Claw, and Chainsword. And then 2 sets of 3 Jet Bike Squadrons. So we're super mobile. We're good in a close combat fight. We got a lot of shots. Fire Dragons are going to drop the heat. And then, yeah, with that Farseer, we're just going to be kind of throwing Doom around and hurting what we can.
Doom is sometimes an insurmountable offensive strategy here. All right, I've decided, since I've got him fully painted, on my action. So
What are you choosing?
I'm going to build my 500-point army now. But first, I'm going to switch it over to this one. Ooh.
Oh, you're doing the Demon Hunters?
There's Demon Hunters.
It's happening.
So Demon Hunters are what Grey Knights used to be. They have a lot of inquisitorial elements, but I'll build a full Grey Knight list, and here's why. It's such a great thing to include in a book, especially when the Grey Knights were expensive metal models you were probably trying to sell through.
Yeah.
First of all, we got a bunch of fluff. Here's the Grey Knights. Here's their fluff.
Look at that sick picture of the Grey Knights fighting the demon, dude. What the hell?
But first of all, big special rule. Grey Knights have the shrouding. They also did have deep strike, so they were deep strike Marines. For everyone who's like, I hate that they make Grey Knights just deep strike Marines. Yes, I hate it too, but they were it back then too.
Yeah.
Okay. There's deep strike right there. This is the Grey Knights book. But anyway, they have the shrouding. Basically, they always have night fighting. You have to roll to see if you can see them because they're like, you can't even tell they're there.
Stepping in and out of the warp.
Yeah, there's no Caldor Drago here, remember. Here's some psychic powers. Here's Inquisitorial Henchman. Look, the Warrior. This didn't have a model back in the day except for one really badass looking metal one. But now there's like so many kits that you can build some approximation. That it's awesome to play Inquisition now. You can even build these with the excuse me. You can even build these with the Palanite Enforcers with shields and mauls.
Ooh.
If you want to go less gothic. I don't know why you would. This is their armory. Here's all their stuff.
It almost sounds like you've already got that done, Robbie.
Here's where we're going.
Pure Demon Hunter forces.
In a pure Demon Hunter's force, just stick to the forces of the army in this book. Note that it is entirely possible to form an army based purely around Grey Knights if you so wish, by sticking to the Grey Knight units available to the army. This will make for a characterful, rather challenging force to play with. With such dedication, you'll certainly have the Emperor watching over you.
I love that.
All right. So I'm going to build a Grey Knight force. These Grey Knights have all kinds of special rules and stuff, but I'm going to share my screen on new recruit.
Let's see it. Another rad codex.
Share screen. Okay.
I'm excited to see the Demon Hunters because I've loved a lot of the old school models. Just feel like they didn't get the love they needed for a long time, and now we got all the cool kits. I want to see them play in action.
By the way, you have to pick 3rd edition if you want to see 3rd edition lists. I'm going to be building 500 points. I wonder why my Grey Knights are encountering your Eldar. Can you see my screen? Is it sharing?
Yep, looks good.
Yeah. First, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go here. Change the SNES music. All right. First things first, HQ choice.
What do you got? What are you going with?
Well,
we're going unnamed, right?
We gotta go unnamed character. So it's just gotta be. We could do a brother captain or grandmaster. I'm gonna do a brother captain because it's such low points. He's going to have.
Oh my god, he's got so many options.
Storm bolter.
Oh my god, there's even more.
Hammer. Okay. Yeah, they have like a million different.
Brother captains are a lot like onions. The more you peel them back, the more one-handed weapons they get.
Looking at my various powers here, I'll kind of go through my thought process as I take them. And rather than explaining them in a laborious list, each time I take one, I'll kind of explain what it does.
Yeah, be like, I'm taking it because of this. Hammer hand.
I forgot this was a power, which means you don't really need to take the Thunder Hammer.
What's the hammer hand do, Rob?
The hammer hand doubles your strength.
Well.
No. It's a psychic test used in the assault phase. You double their strength. And you count as having an additional weapon.
So because you have 2 melee attacks if you took the...
Ooh, actually, no. You don't get the power weapon build. So I'm not going to do that. I actually...
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I'm going to take this Demon Hammer, actually. What does the Thunder Hammer do? Doubles the strength 10. Oh, I get to fight at initiative. I'm going to take a Demon Hammer just because it's fluffy. I'm going to take a Storm Bolter and a Demon Hammer. The reason being is I believe...
Are you taking Hammerhand?
Old Zakistan, that a Grey Knight, a Storm Bolter for them, acts as a close combat weapon.
Ooh.
There's such handsome special boys that they get to use it as a close combat weapon, I believe. Let me check.
For all of our modern friends, melee, as I learned in our first 4th edition, melee is king.
Melee is quite good. Shooting is incredibly limited in 4th edition. Can't even tell you. All right, Grey Knight special rules. True Grit. When armed with storm bolters, they use them in close combat like lesser creatures would use pistols. They do not get this if they charge in the assault phase. So it's for if they get charged. So it's like a medium ground, but it does mean I want to go Stormbolter Demon Hammer here. Because that will basically give me a strength 8 power weapon that has 3 attacks, 4 on the charge, that fights at initiative 1 because it's a hammer. However, if you're a demon, I fight in initiative order of initiative 4, which is still slower than most demons who matter. But anyway. All right, let's go to troops because I don't want to load a bunch of gear onto this guy yet if like we don't have enough troop choices for anything. So I'm gonna take 5 here. I'm gonna go to the
dude, 150, huh?
Oh yeah, they're pricey. I'm gonna go to this Justicar though, and I think I can take a weapon here.
Justicar just as good as they are in modern, would you say?
Let's talk about the Grey Knight chassis and how it's evolved over the years. So right now, the Grey Knight is paying a ton of points because their weapons are force weapons. What that means is if those weapons wound someone, they can take a leadership test, which is rolling 2 dice and rolling under your leadership. And I believe Green Knights are leadership 10. So they're like the most powerful psychers in the game.
Solid chance.
And I do believe it causes insta-death, which can only be stopped with Eternal Warrior, which isn't common in 4th. Becomes very common in 5th.
Yeah, I think only named characters generally have that for what I was seeing when I was looking through the rules.
Okay. The Grey Knights, I think I'm just going to take bare bones. They basically have a pretty good ranged gun in the Stormbolter. All right, so there we go. That's 401 points. So I have 99 points, and I have 11 models.
Pretty solid. Anything small you could take? Some stormtroopies?
Really make things a lot better for me if I went like power weapon and got rid of the Demon Hammer.
Yeah.
Because now I have what? 386 points.
It's a lot to roll with.
So I have 124 or 114. 114 points to spend. So I can't get Grey Knights, but I could get like Stormtroopers.
Yeah, pretty cheap. 50.
How many get squads of Stormtroopers, actually?
I like that.
I can think of Dreadnought.
Whoa. Kind of love that. What would it be worth it without all the fixins?
What
could you give? Give it a searchlight.
Now using this to be a counts as Nemesis Dreadnought. It's got the gun, it's got a smaller gun, and it's got the assault cannon, which can be the Nemesis cannon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this could be counts as Dreadnought since I have Dreadnought models, and it might be nice to have them just to add some variety. You know what I mean? Like his armor is 12. Dreadnoughts in regular 40K are like T8.
Even the rear is 10. That's still really good.
Wow, that's the lowest armor you can have. But yeah, like what I'm just saying is like his weapon kind of matches the same weapon. The only big difference,
it's like the cannon that it has.
The only big difference, and we can make it actually perfectly work, is if we go like this.
Smoke launchers.
If for 10 points we go there, right? Okay. Because that'll be the flame weapon and the assault cannon. And then I've got the assault cannon here. And what do side cannon bolts do?
Excuse me.
Yeah, this could be a Dreadnought. This could be the assault cannon. Okay. I'm just a few I'm 6 points over, which thinks I
I'll
drop
allow it.
HQ and I go like this.
Oh,
Ordo Malleus Inquisitor Lord.
what is that? Tell me about that.
So Inquisitors are kind of a cheap way to get an HQ choice. So, this is pretty significantly cheaper. Although, is there like a really cheap character that I'm not seeing here? No, not really. 61s. If I just go like you, okay.
Just Power Fist or something?
Well, if I do it this way, I've got 19 points to spend on a weapon of some kind. So that's 15 points. I've got the power weapon. And then Stormbolter is 10. Okay.
So is that I got 6 points you gotta sort out.
Well, you know what? I can mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
I can mix it up a little bit. We
One
can have a
squad
little
at Grey
fun.
Knights.
I'm going to go there, right?
All right.
But I'm going to go here. I'm going to do 2 melt-a-guns. Then the veteran is going to have a melt-a-bomb. Okay. So that's 1 squad right there.
85. You got 59 left.
Okay.
Ooh, can you dupe it? No, 75.
But what I could do is do another squad like this. And yeah, these will be Adeptus Arbites. Counts as Adeptus Arbites. I actually
Perfect.
don't understand why I'm not allowed to run Arbites. You can in the other one. But anyway, I'll just run these because I've got 5 more. And we'll just say they have Hellguns. They have a nondescript weapon that didn't exist at this time. They're wearing Carapace armor. They're just, that's how I'm keeping track of them. So
You got 19 points.
go grab my army and show it off. This is the 500 points right here.
You can do with that 19 points. Do Dreadnought or anything?
Oh, good point. Good point. Let's go to this Dreadnought. What's a Sacred Hole do for 15?
Sacred.
What's Blessed do? Dreadnought vehicles with this upgrade gain +1 to their armor penetration against vehicles with demonic possession, mutated hole, living vehicle, and parasitic. Okay.
Extra armor? I don't know. Hunter killer missile? Just have a solid hunter killer to slap around?
Well, I guess the side cannon bolts making all my weapons AP4 is a big deal.
That's pretty great for 10 points.
Man, they already all are already. AP.
Oh, are they?
Or they ignore, but they will ignore demon saves. So I think that's worth it. Or I could add a Stormbolter here because the guy in the Dread Knight does physically have a Stormbolter on his arm. Or maybe he doesn't. I don't think he does, actually.
It's the baby carrier, right?
The baby carrier, yeah. I could add a Dozer Blade. It's a difficult terrain adjustment. So we could consider the bipedal nature of the armor to be the difficult terrain adjustment.
That's helpful.
Crew stunned equals crew shaken. That's another good one to have. Smoke launchers. Sure, it can have smoke launchers. And a searchlight. Now I got 5 points left.
Anything you put on your
My
big boy?
other captain. Well, a power weapon's 15. An anointed weapon is 20. Let's find out what an anointed weapon does.
Let's check the rest.
You see how beautiful that 500 points is, Zach?
Ooh, clean with it. I know I've been trying to find something to do with my 9 points.
The Daemon Hunter has carefully anointed a rune-scribed weapon with holy water, blessed by the potentiary of the ecclesiarchy. The anointed weapon counts as a power weapon, and against demons will always cause wounds on a roll of 4, unless his normal strength would make it better. Against possessed vehicles and possessed dreadnoughts, the anointed weapon confers 2d6 plus strength for armor penetration. Only one anointed weapon may be included per your army. So that'll be my Castellan Crow. We'll have the anointed weapon.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Black Blade of Antwar.
Give him the flames.
Yep. Here, I'll remove
Let's
this.
see this.
Pop this up here and kind of show it off. You know. I'll turn the light on over here for a second. Actually, you know what? We'll do the show off on the battle report. That doesn't make any sense. So that was 500 points. Been about 45 minutes. I think that's enough for us to hype it up. We're going to be doing a video, 500 points. I'll upload a live edited version of this where we cut through all the parts where I'm not talking or doing anything, or Zach's not talking or doing anything. We're going to be playing 4th edition. Hopefully the games are going to be taking like 20 minutes. Zach, you have anything you want to say on closing out? Do your Eldar have a grudge match against my Grey Knights? Oh, Zach went away. He's gone.
Sorry, this cold is beating me up right now. No, I'm not sure. Why would the Eldar be fighting the Grey Knights? What do you think the predicament is here?
You have some demon tech that we want, and we're going to claim it. Purify, whatever.
We heard you all had something to do with Slanesh.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. I like how it's like definitely they want to see the picture of the other guy. So I've been Rob. I'm going to be playing Demon Hunters in my first 40K game on the channel, and Zach is going to be playing Eldar. Check it here on the channel. We'll post it probably in a little bit, and yeah, be awesome.
See you there.
See you, bud. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All that.
Smash that like button.
I'm going to do this real quick.
Gently kiss the follow button.
Before we get started, Zach, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because that's important if we want anyone to watch this at all. All right, let's do a non-cynical version.
Hey, Rob, any advice you can give our gamers out there before we jump into things?
Please like, share, and subscribe. It would mean a lot to us. Thank you.
Means the world.
Thank you. Bye-bye. We'll just edit that in.
Yeah.